I do not think there is a single Scientologist who stays in Scientology because they're afraid of what Scientology will do with their secrets. I don't think a single Scientologist stays in for that reason. I think because here's the thing, you can leave Scientology and just keep your mouth shut. You can leave Scientology and not speak out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that, Scientology will not lift a finger to do anything to you. So like if you're a John Travolta and you want to leave Scientology, you could just leave and keep your mouth shut and Scientology will leave you alone. So
He
it's
could
not
publicly leave or no?
Well, you know, publicly.
He would have to completely not. He would have to say nothing. Even if he was asked in an interview, have you left Scientology? He would have to lie.
He would probably lie if he said something like what Jason Lee said, where he just said, "Oh, I'm no longer a practicing Scientologist," and never said nothing negative. You know, if it just wasn't for me. So, some of these people will pretend like they were never really in it, like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. They just pretend like, "Oh, we were just students of world religion." And you're like, yeah, you literally recruited other celebrities into Scientology. Student of world religion, my ass.
That's a crazy one.
Yeah. So like, but leverage, honestly, to be totally fair, Scientologists don't stay in for that reason. Tom Cruise is a true believer. And John Travolta is too. He's not quite as fanatical as Tom is, but.
Yeah, but you don't think that throughout their involvement in Scientology, there has been any use of leverage from like David Miscavige to keep them in when they were kind of getting farther and farther away from it. Like when they explained in the documentary when he was filming whatever the fucking movie was, like
Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, Eyes Wide Shut. And he was saying they were saying that Miscavige was pissed off because they hadn't talked to him in like a year. You don't think it's possible that he utilized leverage at all with some of his auditing to sort of being like, look, we gotta.
If by leverage,
even if it's not, I don't mean necessarily blackmailing. I don't necessarily mean like saying, hey, Tom, if you don't fucking come back and do all this stuff, we're going to out you. I don't mean doing it that way. I mean doing it sort of subconsciously or doing it vaguely, you know, letting him know that I suggest you do this. Otherwise, it could be bad for you.
Let me paint the picture this way. When I was describing what do Scientologists really believe as far as what you might call the religious philosophy of Scientology? They believe this is a prison planet. They believe we're trapped in these bodies. They believe we're living in the Matrix. Okay. So all you have to do to bring back a wayward celebrity like Tom Cruise, you know, during the year or 2 years they were filming Eyes Wide Shut, remind them what's at stake. Not for them, not for their career, not for their private life, not for their PR. Fuck that. What's at stake? This is the only brief breath in eternity that we have to free ourselves from the trap. And LRH says, if we miss this brief window, we may never again have another chance. You take someone who's been steeped in that, it's very easy to rekindle that belief. And then you'll hear, I think you've heard the version of the story where they sent Marty to go audit Tom to sort of, and it's almost like Miscavige considered that the auditing was working when Cruise would reach out to Miscavige instead of Miscavige having to reach out to Cruise. Right. Miscavige was pissed because Tom wasn't only not calling him, he wasn't returning his calls.
Right.
So he's like, fuck, Nicole's taking Tom away. Right. So then he sends Marty to audit Tom. But auditing someone in Scientology is a form of help, right? So it's auditing Tom. And you know that Tom's had his purpose rekindled when he's like, oh, I got to get back in touch with Dave. We got to get back fucking, you know, working, saving this planet.
Right.
So again, it depends on how you want to define leverage. What they're doing is leveraging Tom's belief that Scientology really is the only answer. And nothing to do with secrets in the auditing folders.
So the idea that David Miscavige could have a file cabinet somewhere that has evidence of Tom admitting that he had sex with his mom, that is anywhere in his psyche. He doesn't care at all.
Not at all.
Could be the most fucking absurd thing he's ever done in his life that would completely ruin his career. He doesn't care about that.
Not at all.
All he cares about is transcending his body.
Literally saving every being on this planet from eternal amnesia. They truly believe in it.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's so much easier to think that everyone's just being blackmailed.
Yeah.